Hare Krishna. I'll just join in 2 minutes. Sorry for the delay. Someone can keep chanting Hare Krishna mantra meanwhile.
Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. My apologies for the delay. So we'll begin the session. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschyatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Yam Pravajantam Anupetam Dvaipayano Viraha Katara Ahujava Putreti Tanmayataya Taravo Pinetuho Sarvabhutamatam Munimanatosmi Yasvano Akila Shrutisharamekam Adhyatmadipam Atititeshatam Tamondam Samsarinam Karunayaha Purana Guhyam Tam Vyasunam Upayami Guru Muninam Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Langayate Grim Yutkrapatamaham Vande Shri Guru Dinataranam Paramanandamadanam Shri Krishna Chaitanyamishwaram. So, a warm welcome to all of you for this wonderful session. So, very happy to see that a lot of people have joined today. And so today we will continue our session on devotional service. Almost this is fifth session. So previous fourth session we had a wonderful discussion about the importance of the devotional service. What should be the intent of doing a devotional service? What should be the intensity required for doing devotional service? So all those things was elaborately described, but we'll continue further. So in previous sessions we had discussed that the progress in our bhakti or our devotional service. So it only depends upon two things. So last week we decided about that. We discussed the two important things is the intensity and our intent. So our intent our mood or bhava, and second one was our intensity in our practices. So we also discussed a few important points about Prahlad Maharaj, how we took some inspiration of Prahlad Maharaj's life, that despite all the difficulties, all the struggles, and all the sufferings which he underwent, that he was thrown out from the cliff, and he was put under the mad elephants, or poisonous snakes, or he was made to drink the poison, or he was made to starve, or he was exposed to a lot of heat, and he was thrown in the water. So many things, so many struggles he underwent. But nevertheless, what all this Hiranyakashipu, his own father, had mistreated him so badly. So Prahlad's faith did not, even a inch of his faith did not was diminished, or was disturbed, or was reduced. So you have to understand. At the same time, he remained. Ended the discussion uh, that how Prahlad Maharaj also was a Ajata Shatru, that he never hated his own father, even though, as I was saying, that I've seen many families where their own father has put a case on the son, or own father or a mother has given a complaint to police because the son is not properly taking care. So there's so many instances we can see in the world, our own brothers or things like that. But our own father, when Prahlad Maharaj is trying to teach us how a devotee should lead his life in Ajata Shatru, though even though someone was hating him, but he should not hate him at any cost, at any circumstances. So his faith was very strong, and at any calamities of his life, that he never even an iota of his faith was diminished. So the intensity was very strong. So we have to take inspiration from Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruva Maharaj, and so many great devotees, so that when we take our little baby steps so that we can also intensify our absorption in practicing devotional service. So that is the main mode of this whole discussion is. So how to intensify our absorption in practicing devotional service is what we all have to really work upon ourselves. It's very serious. Yes, we have got into the movement now. Now we have to become purified. You have to thicken the milk. Prabhupada used to say, you have to thicken the milk. So now you purchase the milk, you have put on the fire, and it is boiling. And you should not be happy, oh, it is boiling, it's boiling, it is I will consume. No, you have to thicken the milk so that it becomes the sweetness increases more and more. So I'm assuming that all of you who are attending here are practicing Krishna consciousness, and hope none of you are any newcomers. So this is for only for advanced devotees who are progressing in Krishna consciousness, who has taken up Krishna consciousness, who want to advance in their spiritual life. So we have to understand that first and foremost from the Prahlad Maharaj's life, that we should not have any vengeful or hatredness, because this is very common in any of us. It is standard. Our heart has been divided into many parts, many rooms. There's a room for hate. There's a room for love. There's a room for compassion. There's a room for helplessness. There's a room for love. So many things. So we put helplessly, someone will be there in one room. So in every room, someone will be there staying. So we have to make sure that we have to completely vacate those rooms, get away those people from our rooms of our heart, and completely demolish those rooms and make it a nice platform, standila, so that we can build a beautiful temple, keeping Krishna in center and do our activities. So absolutely bitter feeling we should not have. Even though Hiranyakashipu tormented and tortured Prahlad Maharaj in so many ways, he had having a iota of a bitter feeling in his heart. So we have to develop that kind of faith in the Lord. So in that kind of protection, no, it's very rare, because now we all have got some faith. Now we are coming to Krishna conscious, we are practicing something. So even after we are trying to strengthen our faith, we are trying to strengthen our faith. So So even after, during the process, we'll be very badly tested, tormented, or in many ways, we become helplessly sometimes disturbed. So we have to understand ordinary people. See, we have to distinguish ourselves from the ordinary people. Otherwise, we also, our faith will be shaky. It will not be stable, and we'll lose faith on the Lord's protection, and we start further blaming the Lord for our difficulties, for our sufferings, and that is the worst part. So, but we have to take inspiration and this thing from Prahlad Maharaj, that how, despite all the struggles here, that advanced devotee like Prahlad Maharaj is trying to teach us that despite all the reversals in one's life, that he takes everything as a blessings of the Lord. So we have to understand that without, the Prahlad Maharaj is trying to teach us that without Lord's sanction, no one can harm us, no one can trouble us, no one can bring distress in our lives. So, so Prahlad Maharaj is also trying to teach us that it is uh, we have to consider all the struggles or sufferings. It's only because of Lord's sanction. His oneness Tatyanukampam Susumekshamanam Bunjanetvam Mukantaprapam. It is because of my own karma that I'm suffering now. And all those things, no one is the cause. I don't have, should not have any enemies or people, whom we don't like. So we should always keep one in mind, because of my own sufferings, because of my own karma, my own doing, that Lord is sanctioning my happiness and distress. So that is the one point. And anyone who practices devotional service, one important the quality he would get is that he will be completely fearless. He will be completely fearless. So yeah, like Kannamaya, Ramdas, Karankas, like Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, even though he was actually, it was very difficult when my temple told me that you have to go to out of country to some country, and you have to perform some activity there. I was really fearful. Oh, what will be the people there? How we have to do? Where you have to go? Where you have to stay? But Prabhupada didn't had any plans where he'll be staying, what he'll be eating, who will be preaching to, who will be staying with whom he'll be staying with. Nothing of that sort. But he was fearless. He was so fearless, and that too, he went by cargo ship. So much hardships he underwent, health problems, old age, cold, and so many things. Just imagine that in that condition, Srila Prabhupada also was so fearless. So one important thing, when we intensify our devotional service, devotional activity, and we in the proper mood or intent when we do perform devotional service, one of the best benefit we get is we become fearless, just like Prahlad also become fearless. As I was saying, the small child becomes very fearful. If you just take a stick or something, like you feel fearful, you'll be quiet, you'll start crying. But here Prahlad Maharaj is so fearless that in front of his father is screaming, shouting, and yelling at him. Despite all those things, he's saying, "You rascal!" He's using that muda. The sloka he says that, "You rascal! What do you think about yourself? I control all these planets, the rulers of these planets, and you are standing here in front of me. And from where you're getting this power that you're so fearless? Those devatas who are ruling these planets are so fearful of me. Indra, Chandra, Agni, Varuna, Vayu, Yama. They're all fearful of me. And where you're getting this power that you're not at all not at all fearful about me?" Hmm. So then he's Prahlad Maharaj wonderfully he says in this verse that I have got the strength from the same source which you have got the strength. So the same source. So my strength is from Lord Vishnu, and your source is from Lord Vishnu. This is the original source. So every human being, we get this energy from him. See, so you have to understand, such a small boy of 5 years, and his Bhagavatam is explaining that with all conviction, determination, he's trying to preach his father. It's not a simple act. When you stand in front of your father in that age and trying to preach, your father may put you outside. You will not get any food. You will be thrown out if you make some mischief. So you will be very much afraid. What would happen to me, isn't it? But here Prahlad was not at all fearless. He was not at fearful. He was always fearless. So one important thing we have to get in our life is that uh, now, one completely depends upon the Lord's grace and Lord's mercy. And he always has a understanding that without the Lord's sanction, not even a blade of grass can move. And that is a complete conviction the one can have. So, although Prahlad Maharaj, if you see his every move of his life, and we get so much inspiration from him that even though after the task was accomplished, Hiranyakashipu was killed by Lord Narsinghadev, and Prahlad chose to, and all the devatas, they're also afraid. Devatas is also afraid. Mother Lakshmi is also afraid to pacify Narasimha. So here they send Brahma will just send him, please go. That is there in Bhagavatam, it is there in Narsimha Purana and everywhere. It's because of Prahlad's prayers that Lord Narsimhadev was satisfied, was pacified. So even in that mode, Prahlad Maharaj, he expresses himself. It's not that he is very, no, he felt himself honored now. Oh, all the great demigods, they only could not pacify Lord. They are sending me. I am very great. So he never had this the mood with all humility, with all humbleness that he went to the Lord Narsimha and beautiful prayer. One prayer which I very much like is Manye Dhanabhijana Drupa Tapa Suchaudaha Teja Prabhava Balibir Pursha Buddhi Yogaha Naradhanaya Bhagavan Parasya Pumso Bhaktya Tutosha Bhagavan Gajayutapayaha. This wonderful verse that is saying Manye Dhanabhijana. Manye means we have to understand uh, one who has a dhana means wealth, or jana, or people around you. If you have a lot of people and you have a lot of money, or rupa means if you are beautiful to look at, and tapaha, you have performed a lot of austerities in your life, and shrutaha means a lot of education, a lot of intellect, a lot of accolades and academic success you had, and ojaha, prabhavaha. So you might have expert in so many fields, and you have a lot of influence, you have a lot of you're a very charismatic person, and bala paurusha buddhi yogaha. Bala paurusha is a lot of strength in him, and buddhi yogaha, his intelligence is amazing, very sharp, amazing. And naradhanaya hi bhavanti parasya pumso. Naradhanaya, he's saying that all these things are not qualification to satisfy you, my Lord. The Lord is satisfied only by Bhaktya Tutosha Bhagavan Gajayutapayaha. So very beautifully he says that just like Gajendra's Bhakti, you are simply satisfied by Gajendra's Bhakti, simple Bhakti. So similarly, my Lord, I am come from the Asura Vamsha, and you are trying to get pacified from me. It is absolutely not. It is only because of my the little devotion which I am offering, just like a Gajendra. So he is saying that Lord is satisfied only by bhakti, by devotional service, not by our intelligence, not our money, not our power, not our influence, not our charisma, not our people, nothing can satisfy the Lord. None of this qualification of us can satisfy the Lord. The only qualification which can satisfy the Lord is by the devotional service. How the devotional service, again, I want to come back. It should be your proper intention. Your proper intention you should do with proper bhava, and your intensity should be increasing day by day, move by move. So here Prahlad Mar, here Hiranyakashipu, sorry, after the killing Hiranyakashipu, Lord Nrsingadev was so much pleased with Prahlad's prayers that he further, what we know, we heard that then he is asking, please ask some benediction. You want any benediction you want? So if you want any material kind of benediction, please ask. Then Prahlad Maharaj says, it's a standard thing, even Dhruva, Prahlada, anyone in the whole Bhagavatam, it also says none of them, the great devotees, none of them ask for any material benefit. It is, they used to always consider this material benediction as an impediment in devotional service, in bhakti. It's very much true. You may think that, oh, Prabhuji, I was asking someone, Prabhuji, why you are not coming to temple, this thing. And that person was saying, Prabhuji, I have so much problems. So I have to solve all the problems in my life. And when every problem is solved, when I'm peaceful, happy, settled, then peacefully I can come and hear Srimad Bhagavatam. And I told that will never happen in your life. That will never happen in your life. Little your last breath, always you will be disturbed. Always will be anxiety. So Bhagavatam has to be heard when you are in anxious, when you are disturbed, when you are completely, you don't know what to do, what to do, how to go about. Just like Parikshit Maharaj. So Bhagavatam has to be heard in that moment. So when Prahlad Maharaj, when Narsingadev is asking him for any material benediction, he is saying that, so please don't try to tempt me with these boons, my lord. Please don't try to tempt me. So he told, he gives an example that just like a selfish merchant. So I'm not trying to do devotional service for you. It is not a vyavahar. It is not the business I am doing with you, devotional service. Beautifully, Prahlad Maharaj is saying, he says that a servant who desires sense or material benefit, and the master who wants to satisfy by trying to keep up his prestigious position is not really a servant and a master. Just like in outside world, we have these politicians. So they want to keep, they want to, they feed their the chamchas or chelas or their disciples with a lot of meat, and drink wine and women, and take them around wherever they want. They take them for trips and all those things. Why? Because they want to hear the jaikar. Oh, jai, jai, jai. During the election, all those things. So they serve these people. So like that, you please don't ask, my lord. Prahlad is preaching Narsimadev. So don't be like that kind of the master who's trying wants to maintain his prestigious position, that is trying to bestow some boons. No, don't be like that. And at the same time, I don't want to be a servant serving for you just for some benefit. And he is not a good servant. So very much important you are to saying that you are material. He is always saying you are material master and I'm material servant. Just like Chaitanya Prabhu is saying, Ashlishyava padarta pinashtuma madashana marmakatam harotva. Yeah. So whatever condition it may be, you're always my master, and I'm also always your servant. And there's no other relationship is meant for us. Please understand, in devotional service, we don't have any other relationship except as he is a master and you're the servant. The rasas can change. Rasas can change. You can have the mellow of devotional mellow of parenthood, or devotional mellow of friendship, or dasya, sakya, or friendship, or vatsalya, or madhurya, or like that. That should be there. But the principle here is to serve. To serve. That is very important. So here, if you see the whole life of Prahlad Maharaj, it is just an unparalleled. The whole example is shown by Prahlad Maharaj's selfless service, by seamless service, by his service to the Lord. So it is all because of Narada Muni's, see, is all instruction when he was right in the womb of his mother. So when we also got such a great spiritual master like Srila Prabhupada, who has given us his instructions, and we have to just, that fire is there, that it is there, like lit up in our hearts, but we have to just keep it alive and make it more bigger, bigger. The fire to serve Krishna, fire to develop that love for Krishna and serve the devotees is what really we have to work upon. And that's what we have to buy. That's what keep us advanced, progress in spiritual life. So Prahlad Maharaj is amazing story that we have to get to know, and it itself it shows that, what is the qualification of devotional service. Anyone can do devotional service. It is not that some brahmanas have to do some devotional service, some sannyasis have to do devotional service, or someone who is in ashramite has to do devotional service, or some scholars have devotional service. So anyone can do devotional service, whether a man, woman, animal, the renunciant, rich, poor, anyone can offer the devotional service to Krishna, and Krishna will be very much pleased by that. And just like he is saying, Prahlad Maharaj is saying that Krishna, that to do devotional service, our qualification is not required. Material qualification is not required. So to serve the Lord is our innate characteristic of a soul, and that we have to execute it properly through the channel given by Srila Prabhupada. So we have to understand that devotional service is characteristic of one's selfless service, and when we offer that service to Krishna, irrespective of our caste, creed, age, whatever it is, even though we are very passionate, we are rajasic, we are though very ignorant, we are very tamoguna, irrespective of anything. So devotional service is can be performed by anyone, can be performed by anyone, and is not restricted to so and so people. The ashram devotees, they have to do more devotional service. We can't do devotional more because we have family, we have responsibilities, we have to do that, this, and nothing like that. There's so many examples. We can see that external background is not the qualification to devotional service. It's not the qualification. External background, we may have so many things. But what the important thing is, sincere service or the selfless service to Krishna is very much important in our love for Krishna, showing our love for Krishna. And that we should do with eager, laulyam, ekam, maulyam. We should do with all eagerness to serve Krishna, to understand Krishna, to hear Krishna. And that we should intensify more and more. And there are so many examples. The whole of Srimad Bhagavatam, our whole of literature, our Hindu literature, it speaks about this. So many examples we can see. Even Garuda Dev, who was the eagle, but he became a great carrier of Vishnu, isn't it? And Gajendra was an elephant, and also he offered his fervent prayers to the Lord Vishnu, and Lord Vishnu appeared there. And Dhruva was such a small boy. What education he had, what the university qualification he had, and because of his determination, he was completely able to please Krishna, please Vishnu. Within 6 months, we all have heard about that. And Prahlad Maharaj also, he was born in Asura Vamsha, but even he was. So we may think, no, Prabhu, we are SCST, we are the low class, we are born, but that is completely smashed right from your first day. You are entering into ISKCON, isn't it? So bhakti can be performed by anyone. You are like Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaj was born in the Asura family, and he received a wonderful that the Lord Vishnu himself became the doorkeeper of Bali Maharaj's kingdom, whole doorkeeper. Just imagine the Prahlad Maharaj's grandson Bali Maharaj. He was also a Suromsha, that he got mercy from the Vamana Dev. And so many asuras in Srimad Bhagavatam. So you can't say that you're not qualified. First one is a caste and creed. Second one is Prabhu, so many responsibilities. We can't do this, we can't do that. We are fallen. So many reasons we give. Absolutely, there's no reason for us to give any reasons. There's no way that you should give any reasons to do pure devotional service, because Vritrasura was a great asura, and Mayadana was a great asura, Vrushaparva, Banasura were all great asuras, but they also attained the love of God. And Krishna in Bhagavatam explains. And a simple woman like um, that fruit vendor in Krishna's pastime, and Krishna was very small in Gokula. The fruit vendor, simple. She was a village woman, and which affectionately she offered all the fruits what Krishna wanted, mangoes and fruits, all these things. She filled Krishna's hands, and Krishna, and on the other hand, what happened? She received all the jewels. Her basket was filled with all the jewels. It transformed, or rest of the fruits which she was there, it all transformed into the wonderful jewels. Just imagine that that woman could never would have ever thought also about this. And even the gopis of Vrindavan, they were simple cowherd boys. What sadhana they had, what homa havana they did, what tapasya they did, what vratas they did, what so many pilgrimages they did. Nothing. Gopis of Vrindavan, they're simple cowherd boys, women. But the deep love and service attitude that they want to serve Krishna, they became topmost devotees of Krishna, isn't it? And even if you take the women class, even just in Krishna's pastime, the Kubja was just she was a maid servant of Kamsa. She used to do Chandana for Kamsa. But when she got to know that Krishna is coming to the Mathura, the Akrura is bringing. And when she had prepared wonderfully nice chandan to smear on Krishna's body, just imagine her mood that she wants to touch the Krishna beautiful body and smear him the cooling sandal paste on his body. And she was meditating in this way. And actually, even she had desire to be with Krishna. She wanted to hug Krishna. Even though she was such an old lady, Krishna was so attractive and she wanted to hug Krishna. And because of her intense mood, even though like gopis also, some of the gopis, they were lusty of Krishna because Krishna is so beautiful, so attractive, so charming, and even that purified him. Yena kena prakarena mana krishnena sevanat. So yesterday I had one class, one association in one of the house. I was just telling them how much greed we should have, how much laulyam we should have. We don't have even laulyam like this asuras, Hiranyakashipu, Kamsa, or Shishupala. They had so much greed to the scold Krishna, chastise Krishna, pull Krishna, to kill Krishna. So much they had greed. Always they think about Krishna, Krishna. Actually, once what happened, Kamsa was looking at his mirror, and he's seeing at his mirror. He got a dream. He's seeing at mirror, and he's seeing himself without his head. So, and because he was thinking that I'm going to be killed, even in dream, he was always thinking about Krishna. Krishna, who is this person? Who is this person? So much greed they had. So because even if you get blessings of the asuras, you will go back to Godhead, or you will get the association of Krishna. The example is Akrura. See, Akrura, when Akrura himself explains that Kansa is such a great person that he is sending me to meet Krishna and bring Krishna to Mathura. I'm so fortunate. That whole process, how I think so, Bhagavatam 10th canto 28th chapter, you all should read the mood of now Janmashtami is coming, the how the Akrura himself brought Krishna in his heart. He always thinking about that. He wanted to, I'll go to Krishna there. I will go and meet him. I'm going to hug him. I want to see the footprints of him and put the lotus seed dust on my head and be purified. Like that. Similarly, when you are planning to come to temple, you should be always planning well ahead. Say you are going to this Saturday or Sunday or something like that. You should be always thinking, oh, I will go to temple, I will see Krishna and Radharani, and I will be in the association of devotees. Okay, let me plan now. What I should do there, what I should, whom I should meet, what questions I should ask, what devotional service I should do, and what should be my mood while eating prasadam, what should be my mood while chanting the holy name, what should be my mood while this thing, how I should properly make use of that time, a wonderful time, very stipulated small time have I go temple, how I should make better use of it. So always you're thinking, like this itself is so much greed, you'll get it, and really you will experience when you come. It may be your half day visit to temple, but you will get full benefit. You'll be floating in the clouds. Like that ecstasy you will have. So always you should, and also if you want to attend Mangalarti, so you start meditating upon it. Tomorrow there'll be Mangalarti. So all things should be ready so that I go to proper Mangalarti on times. And when I screen open, I definitely and see the beautiful form of the Lord, Sai Jaikar, things like that. So you should always start meditating in this way. Not that, today, morning over, I have to chant, where is Japamala? Then you'll be searching for Japamala. Japamala is thrown somewhere. And you'll be thinking, where are my deities? Deities are somewhere. So like that, it should not happen like that. So always you should be thinking in such wonderful thing. Then Bhagavatam, this is full of this such thoughts. How the birds are thinking, how the beasts are thinking, how all people are thinking about Krishna, how to meditate in this way. And Uddhava in the 11th canto, he wonderfully explains that even those who are entangled, is beautifully says, even though who are entangled in this material world, because of the passion and ignorance, and they can also attain the Supreme Lord and simply by association with the devotees. That is the power of association with the devotees. So my wonderful sloka, I like this sloka very much. This is by Rupa Goswami Padyavadi, and this has been quoted in so many places also. It is so such a wonderful verse is saying, Vyadasya charanam dhruvasya ko vayam gajendrasya ka Vidyaya Kubjaya Kimu Nama Rupamadikam. It's wonderful. It says that Vyadasya Charanam. So Vyada means he was the hunter. So, like Ratnakar, hunter, where did the piety he got to write Ramayana? What tapasya he did? What austerities he did? Nothing. The Dhruvasya ko vayam vayas. Vaya means age. What Dhruva had age that he was qualified to see the Lord face to face. Ko vayam Gajendrasya Vidya Gajendrasya ka. So, Gajendra was animal. Which university did he go? And he was living in some Trikuta Parvatas. And so, what learning he possessed? Nothing. Isn't it? Kubjayaha Kimu Nama Rupa Madikam. Rupa, did he had Kubja had any Rupa? No Rupa. She was bent in three places. So she was maid servant of that to Krishna, sorry, Kamsa. She was maid servant of Kamsa. And what beauty attracted Krishna? Nothing. Because of her love, Krishna was attracted. Rupa Madikam Kimu Sudhamno Dhanam. What Dhana, what opulence, what the money Sudama had, that Krishna was so much pleased with Sudama. Our God is not like this. So you have so much money, and then you will come to your Bhagya Lakshmi Barama. So you will come to the on the Vrata, Lakshmi Vrata. We keep all the money. So much money you keep, gold you keep, and jewelries and all you keep, and more you keep and show to the people, and the Lakshmi's presence is the Lakshmi come and stay there. No, that's not the reason. So Vamsha ko Vidurasya Yadavapate Vamsha ko Vidurasya Vidura, when Krishna went there for the peace proposal. So what Vamsha Vidura was born? She was born from the maid servant. He was a Shudrani. So, but Krishna did not go to Kripacharya as a Brahmana. Krishna did not go to Dronacharya as a Brahmana. Krishna did not go to any of this Bhishma or anyone's house, but he went to the Vidura's house. Ugrasya ko Yadavapater, Ugrasya Kim Paurusham, Yadavapater. Yadavapati was Ugrasena. Ugrasena was grandfather. Grandfather, what quality he had? What Paurusha he had? Nothing. He could not control his own son, Kamsa. So, what quality he had, but he gave all the opulence and wealth to Ugrasena back to him. So, that we are to Bhaktasya, Bhaktya, Tutosha, Bhagavan, Gajay. So it's saying Bhaktya, Tushtya, Kevalam. So, Lord Madhava is only seeing or only satisfied by our Kevala Bhakti. Gune Bhakti Priyo Madhavaha. See, Lord is only happy or he'll be pleased only by your devotional service. That is the only thing which the Lord is looking for. So, devotional service is like a Vaidurya money. The Prabhupada says like a Vaidurya money. You see in different angles, you get a different color, like a diamond also. And because so much of cuts are there, so much polishing has been made. So whenever you see in one angle, then you'll be seeing in different way. So last time also we discussed about the greatness of devotional service and the meaning of what is the bhakti according to Narada Pancharatra, according to Hari Bhakti Vilasa. So we discussed about the definition of bhakti and devotional service in the last session, and we have to also keep in mind that this buying devotional service, see that papakshaya is the primary goal is to get the love of Krishna. The secondary goal is just like when there's a sunrise. When sunrise, automatically all the darkness will go. So all the before sun rises only all the darkness will go because of the sun rays, isn't it? So when sun himself becomes, then automatically we'll get the full benefit of the sun, the heat, light, and all those things. So this is secondary benefit of doing devotional services. All our papas will be completely destroyed. Papa kshaya. So last week also, I think so, we discussed about the prarabdha karma, and all those things we discussed. What are the things we discussed in the last week? And so all this prarabdha karma, and all the sins which you have acquired from so many lifetimes, everything will be completely destroyed. So the Prabhupada says in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu that there are four types of aprarabdha karma. So there is no, generally we'll take the four times of the sin, the papam. So what are the four times? It is called as a kuta, bija, palonmuka, and aprarabdha karma. So aprarabdha, kuta, bija, and phalonmuka. So these are the four kinds of papam will be completely destroyed by doing the devotional service. So the in Bhakti Sam Sindhu, there's elaborate description about what is aprarabdha karma, what is kuta, what is a bija, what is a palonmukha. So this is just like you're keeping the vasanas, because see, generally what happens, someone of you like sweet, someone of you likes kara, someone of you like to see this, someone of you like to see that, someone of you like, so everyone's likes and dislikes are different, even though may be born from the same mother, or the same twins, but the children will be having different likes and dislikes. So it's all because of our previous acquired vasanas or our memory. So when those things are trying to incite us to perceive in that way, because it's just like when you're trying to draw a line on the rock, initially the first line will be very light. When it's trying to draw the line again and again and again over and over and over and over and above, so what will happen, it'll become a deep mark, deep crevices, a deep the mark onto that, and that is very difficult to remove. That's very difficult to remove. Or just like you draw a line in the sand and one wave of water will come and wash away and it'll become all clear. It's not like that. But when you, so our hearts has to be very hard now. Without the love of Krishna, our heart is very hard. And over that hard heart, and you're trying to do all sinful activities over and over again, over and over again, over and over again. So you're rewriting it so much on this hard rock of our heart. So it becomes a vasana. So it becomes then a memory. And then next life when you get, and that same thing it continues. You like some kara, you like some sweet, you like some women, you like some man, you like this thing. So there are so many things are why in this world there are people called as who the men likes men, now women likes women. So what is this? It is not there scriptures. How, where does come from? So these people have gathered this kind of this nowadays. Churches also the promoting the man to man marriage, woman to man marriage. So crazy things. So there is, we have to understand that this is all because of the aprarabdha karma. This is all very inside. And kutam means it is in the fruit. It is almost, it is in a revealing stage. And then it's a bijam. Now it is revealed. You're able to see. See, I mean to say, what is the thing which you can't see in the tree, that is very important. If you ask you what is the important thing in the tree which you can't see, then it is a seed, because the seed is just not there, you can't see in the tree. Then it will come by itself, the flower will come and take the time and everything. So what is the thing in the humans, very important in the humans, or what is the important part of humans which you can't see? So the people say so many things. Then humans, what you can't see is the values. That is only by association you get. So similarly, here the bija, when it is revealed, now it is bija. Then bija starts fructifying and sprouting and start growing and become big tree and palonmukha. And now you're enjoying. So all those things very elaborately, Bhakti Samsundar speaks about the different kinds of sinful activities. All the sinful activities should be completely destroyed, and bhakti burns all this avidya. So that's what it is saying here. And just like if there's a snake in the forest fire, and immediately snake can't escape by any way, it has to be completely killed. So similarly here, the bhakti burns all our avidya. So there's no reason for us to say that Prabhuji, we don't have any education in bhakti or devotional service. We can't come to temple. We can't hear classes. We can't. I don't have love, taste, and interest for those things. All these things are farce. Please keep all those things aside. Don't bring all those things in front of Krishna. Everything is really it is obstacle for our service to Krishna. Yeah, with pure heart, with open heart, you have to just do devotional service. Savanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu. So start with hearing the spiritual life, the message, and when you start doing that, automatically all this avidya should be completely destroyed. You're trying to put yourself down. You're trying to negate yourself down. All the negativities have occupied you, have captured you, so that where is a place for you to see something positive in your life when you have filled your heart with all negative things. So Naistika Bhakti is what the Krishna is expecting from us. What is a steady bhakti, steady sadhana bhakti, sadhana bhakti. Naistika Bhakti is what Lord is trying to see from us. Not is Bhava Bhakti, Shuddha Bhakti, Prema Bhakti, all those things. So we should develop that lust. We should develop that lust or a greed or intense desire or hankering to really develop to do service. So for that you have to hear. For that you have to hear. See, now we have heard and seen about how Modi is very important person, and you become so happy he's coming to Bangalore, and you all wait on the terrace, and you get to know that the convoy is coming on this road, and you all want to wait for so long, and take photos and things like that. So because you heard about him, you have seen about him, you know about his position, prestige, and all those things, and you also feel yourself honored if you takes a photo with him, or you if he looks at you and you can say, oh, Modi looked at me, he has showed hand at me, I was so happy, and you're all why? Because so much information you got about him. Similarly, we have to hear about Krishna so much, so much, so much. We have to read about Krishna so much, so much, so that then we also develop that love or intense greed to devotional service. So this kind of devotional service is very much important, which is very beneficial for not only you, for a whole human community, for all the people whom you are around with. So bhakti also is very auspicious in our life. It is not simply it only purifies your sins, but also brings all auspiciousness in our life. That it all brings all the good qualities in life, our life. Just like when Prabhupada went to into the Western countries, and those Westerners started serving Prabhupada, trying to cut vegetables for his preparing prasadam and cleaning the house, and many of those services, and automatically they also got all the gunas, all the good qualities, sarve guna sate samasudaya suraha, all they also started attracted. Just imagine the foreigners what they get attracted. So bhakti is one, without your knowledge also you get attracted to it, you get attracted to it. That is the greatest benefit that we have to, we get it by doing devotional service. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also, when he passed through the Jarikanda forest, and he induced all the tigers, elephants, and deers, and all wild animals in the dance and in this ecstasy in chanting Hare Krishna mantra. So we have to understand that this bhakti attracts everyone. Our minds, we are maybe not we may be humans, but our minds are like animals, always like a monkey. And the monkey which has been drunk, monkey which has been the drunk monkey which has been bitten by the scorpion. Uh, uh, how that monkey will really jump and do all mischief, just imagine. So like that our mind is. So we have to understand that, yeah, that kind of animalistic mind we have, and for even the such kind of a person, even such kind of people like us, we can engage ourselves in bhakti, and it attracts us more and pulls us more again and again. And even if you are not able to do something, at least you will say, oh, last year I did some service in Janmashtami or Vaikuntha Ekadasi. That was very nice, and you also share with many people like that. So, yasyaste bhakti bhagavad aginchana sarve gunata samasuta asura. So, simply by engaging in Krishna conscious activities, one will be attracted to Krishna very much. Krishna Karshati. You will be, Krishna also looks for such kind of devotion, selfless service. And that kind of service is what also Krishna wants to look from us. So, there is a the bhakti is to explain bhakti, one life is not sufficient. What to speak about, you're talking about bhakti like this. So we have to understand this, the importance of doing devotional service is should be selfless service, what we had discussed previously. And while doing devotional service, what should be the intention of your the you should express our love for Krishna, and that should be the main attitude we should have. And all those things we had discussed. Why I was discussing about Prahlad Maharaj? Because it is all because of him that we are getting into devotional service, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, because he defined what devotional service is all about. So we have to understand this, how Krishna is trying to help us in doing our devotional service, and put us in the service of Guru and Krishna. And he's also trying to help us in different ways and means and norms, so that we can also progress in our spiritual life. So Bhakti is something which attracts all of us. As I was saying, it is like a gravitational force. It is like a gravitational force that we will be pulled down to the service. But one should be grounded. One should be grounded. So then Lord will definitely pull that person. So bhakti, such a wonderful concept that Rupa Goswami, he says that bhakti is the Shakti of a Bhagavan. You have to understand, is a bhakti and Shakti of a Lord Krishna. And it is just like Krishna has the three energies. We all might be knowing that Krishna has three energies, that Samvit Shakti, Ahladini Shakti, and Sandhini Shakti. So all this three Shakti which Lord has, Ahladini Shakti is Krishna's internal energy, which is there within his heart. So from there is nothing but Shiva, there is Radharani. So he is enjoying potency, his blissful potency or blissful energy is called as Ahladini Shakti. And from the Aladini Shakti is what Jiva Goswami explains, that it is the function. What is the function of that Aladini Shakti? The function of that Aladini Shakti is to bring back all the jivas back to Bhagavan, to Krishna. And Krishna Bhaktireva evam Nayati Bhaktirevam Darshayati. And that is said that the main guna or the rutti or the work of this Haladini Shakti is to make every jiva to meet Krishna, see Krishna face to face. That is the greatness of this bhakti. It is what selfless service. I spoke about selfless service and all those things. It is a natural part of a soul. We all have to serve someone. So when we serve someone, automatically we get some pleasure, or we have some people around us, we get some pleasure automatically. So bhakti is something very importantly. It is not something. It is meant for some intellectually weak people and people who can't do anything else. Any other yogas, they are asked to do bhakti. This really is wrong. We have to understand that. In spiritual world, what the stays is love. What is the central point of our relationship with the Lord is love. Our intense love for Krishna, our attachment to Krishna, our dedication to Krishna, our attraction to Krishna is what the spiritual world is ruled by. The love rules the spiritual is ruled by this love. So when this love, in the love, what is there? There's a self-sacrifice. So main important is self-sacrifice. You have to sacrifice. It's not that, oh, you give me, you give me, you give me, give me. There's no love there. Isn't it? When you simply start taking things then one for yourself, you're so selfish. So only when you if you want to really establish a love in on someone, you have to sacrifice some things in your life. That is a realization. That is a self-realization. There's nothing but self-realization. So love is something which is between the bhakta and Bhagavan, and that is the only thing which you can reciprocate our language of heart. We can say our language of heart is this bhakti. Uh, so the when so we have to understand this. Even in Amrish Maharaj, we can see that then how Lord Krishna is so merciful, and he is explaining in the ninth canto, especially in the fourth or fifth chapter, where there is a pastime of Ambrish Maharaj who's there. We know the pastime of Ambrish Maharaj. And there, when Durvasa Muni, when he is going to take shelter of Lord Vishnu to get protected himself from the Sudarshana weapon. So he says, Naham Atman Asase Mad Bhakta Sadhubhir Vina Shriyam Chaitantikam Brahman. So he wonderfully explains that Nayam Atma. So I'm not especially I'm not in the Nayamatma Pravachana. So similarly, I'm not in. I don't get pleased with any brahmanas. I don't get pleased with any the yagnik brahmanas or the scholars and all those things. But I always desire to get pleasure by associating with the devotees. I'm not interested in even enjoying my Lakshmi without my devotees. That's what Lord is expressing here. So he's saying, without the saintly persons, I feel shunya. Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna is saying in Bhagavatam, in ninth canto, fourth chapter beautifully, that I don't want to enjoy my opulence which I have without association of my devotees or without the presence of my devotees. Such a great person, Lord Vishnu is trying to even say that he doesn't wanted to enjoy anything without the presence of the devotees. And even we know the story of how the Bhrigu Muni wants to find out who is the supreme person of the Godhead. He goes to Brahma, he goes to Shiva, he goes to Vishnu. Finally, the Shiva Vishnu is showing such a great love and care and compassion. So we know all the story. So I think so. We are end with this session. I think so. It's already 8:30 now, and we are supposed to have this 1 hour session. So anyone has any questions or something we can discuss else or any comments or anything to be added, so we can discuss for next few minutes. Else we can end this today's session. Hare Krishna. Kirtana Krishna Prabhu. Okay, I hope you have. Thanks for patientful hearing. And anyone has any questions? I think so. I don't know how many of you are online. This is such a weird thing to talk in front of the screen, which is lifeless. So,
Pranam
so,
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
so
Very nice class.
I request. I wanted to hear some Hare Krishna from each one of you, and you'll end the session.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Pranam. Pranam.
Hare Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Srila Prabhupada
Hare
ki jai. Thank you so
Jai.
much. Next
Jai.
next
Jai
week
Shri
again
Prabhu.
we'll join, and
Thank
we'll
you.
discuss more important subjects. I think so. Next coming week is the 16th. It is Saturday. We have Janmashtami. So please engage yourself in doing some service at least for 4 hours. If not for full day, please try to engage yourself in this devotional service. And 16th, 17th is again Vyas Puja. So 18th again, next Monday evening, we can have sessions, and we can further continue to discuss more important aspects of devotional service. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande. Thank you all so much.